That's how you know Bro plays Mega Man.
I have
You're
never
button
seen that.
mapping. Not only are we probably like taking off like tap jump and rumble, right? Bro just like button mapped his controller. Bro's
I have never seen that.
Now you have.
This is new for me. I mean, I did not see that during doubles. Maybe it was already set up, but either way, that is new to me. And this set definitely going to be showing if Peabnut has what it takes to run with it.
Finals winners, quarters here. The final determining factor of who is going to round out top 8 on the winner's side. Peabnut, Loaf, let's see what it's going to do on PS2. Now, I got to say, Cal, it has been 3-0s all day, and if I may jinx this match again, dare I say, we could probably get a game 4 here.
If we're lucky, we'll get a game 4.
If we're lucky, we'll get maybe a continuation of this set. So, see how this one's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, sooner or later, it's just going to be stocks flying, given how these two players definitely play. And again, it's just so much aggression coming from both players. I mean, you know, Peabnut got his turn, now Loaf is getting his turn. It's a lot of just back and forth ping-pong action going between these two right now.
Yeah, right. And it's, once again, like we talked about, it's all about feeling our opponents out. It's all about trying to figure out where they tick, where their nervous habits are, and then punishing accordingly. One of the scariest things about Peabnut over the years that I've casted this player is how he just waits in place. He's like, yeah, all right, cool, I'm going to just stand here. And then I'm going to wait for you to kind of make the jump and then go for it. Unfortunately, missing the up tilt punish here. So now we're seeing a little bit of kind of this like sticky neutral. Both players trying to find their openings, but the down throw onto the gear going to be able to get something started here, but Peabnut finally going to be able to find this back throw. See how we get started. Finds the crash bomb. Unfortunately, though, for Peabnut, actually going to take the recoil hit, so unable to find the forward smash, but we know Peabnut, shield pressure is all this man does.
Yeah, especially with Mega Man. I mean, you got so many tools here. You got the Leaf Shield as there. You got the Metal Gear as well, and Lemon, as I like to say, or Pellets.
Lemon, Pellet, same shape.
Yeah, it's just a lot of damage coming out here from Mega Man. Nonetheless, Peabnut as well, and the backers coming out from Dodge Guarding, but the bike actually just going to be sending Peabnut down there.
No, now we could say no tech, but honestly, I wasn't expecting it. Therefore, I don't think he was expecting it either. For being real here, so it's going to be a little bit of an odd stock taken for Loaf, but regardless, we got one. So we're going to just throw ourselves back into the game. Peabnut though, going back into this neutral, got to call it out. Loaf is blinking yellow, so you got to watch out. Start slowing down here, trying to get some of that timer off. But now look at Peabnut, man. I feel like both of them sometimes are like flying a little bit too fast, where when one player doesn't go into like the exact spot that they're supposed to after the flowchart, we see like a millisecond stop of the gameplay, and it's like, where am I positioned? Am I like facing forward or behind? But still, I mean, pretty good play from Loaf so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of spaghetti like right now. I mean, it's just a bunch of move being thrown out right now, and Peab kind of having ledge control here and going deep with that flame sword. Not going to secure the stock just yet, and then up special barely going to be saving Loaf, having the switcheroo now on this ledge pressure and unable to punish that recovery from Peab there.
Yeah, I got to talk about it. I feel like Peabnut has been like a 0.2 off of some like edge guards, right? We saw like 1 second off of an F smash or like miss space by a little bit. That could have been stock, but still, once again, Peanut always ready to just like recover off of something like a lost opportunity, playing real well. But Loaf has been really surprising this set. The creativity has been done really well, but I like how Peabnut recognizes, you know what, maybe I don't want to be as close quarters with Wario. Let me just back up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's why Mega Man is such a great character, because you can just kind of go hand in hand with this character. You can kind of just choose your own play style. I mean, you could be aggressive as much as you want or passive, but again, with all these tools being thrown out, and there's that Metal Blade, but actually going to be negated there by Loaf with a strong backer coming out and already, you know, sending Peab to his last stock here.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it is so close at this point. Wario with Rage and Waff could be a ton of trouble, and I think that's what Peabnut is trying to do, trying to kind of roll through the Nair and try and get these grabs, and honestly, it's working out really well for him too, but we'll see what the edge guard's going to be. I love how Loaf taking it slow too. Peabnut going to throw out the up airs, and that catches a lot of people jumping, so Loaf playing as patient as possible, and that's what you need to do here in the corner. But the raw up tilt!
Yeah, you don't want to drop shield way too soon, or Mega Man just going to up tilt you right out of it, and it's going to be game 1 to Peab.
Game 1 to Peab. Loaf not trailing too far behind, though, and I think that was like the biggest thing, is that we saw like a very conventional stock taken for Peab, and then Loaf was like, oh wait, hold on, I got one too, like don't worry. Like saw a little bit of like the bike shenanigans going offside. So I think Loaf just needs to lock in one combo early, right? Like we can't let Peabnut get the opening damage string, because we know Mega Man damage can really kind of mess with Wario, especially because Wario's just kind of this like weird circular hitbox.
Yeah.
And it's like your combo food at the end of the day for a character like Mega Man.
Yeah. And as we've seen a little bit, I mean, Loaf trying to pick up that Metal Gear, trying to make combos his own. As you said previously, a couple sets ago with Henry Luma with that gyro, I mean, kind of want to freestyle, but again, Peabnut is just taking on full advantage right now with a very early stock taken. I mean, was that like a 20-second stock or something?
Yeah, absolutely. That was just straight off of one interaction, and then Peabnut being very stubborn on the edge guard. So you know what? I'm going to just press it as far as possible. And now it's all Loaf. How do you get back when you've already taken 50% on the second stock? And look at the way that Peabnut just positioning himself underneath the platform, so things like Nair can't catch up exactly here, but Loaf trying to find something. I love the slide in, but Peabnut's so good with finding these grabs and just waiting.
Wow. Yeah, that was an excellent choice there made by Peab, and I especially just love, like, as you said, the game one is usually just kind of like, okay, where are we at right now, feeling it out, and I just feel like Peab is now exploiting so many habits of Loaf right now into this game too, and with such a strong lead right now, I mean, it's just a huge stock advantage right now for Peab.
Yeah, the platform here playing so much into advantage here. Loaf trying to find this back here, but there is going to be the back throw. And now it's all Loaf. How do you get the stock and even getting extra credit with the crash bomb as well? F smash not going to be enough. The crawl too for the style. Trying to mix up some of this gameplay, but just the dash attack in. And you got to talk about it. Peabnut, a huge lead right now. Back throw not going to do it. So now Peab trying to once again press the issue off stage, but the roll out from Peabnut not letting Loaf get any of these stocks for free. Dash attack not going to be enough either. Loaf has worked too hard on this stock to only get reversaled off the side of the stage.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a mess over there on that edge guard whole situation there, and Peab just doing an excellent job taking on this first stock. So 143, there it is. The up air just going to close it out, a clap, if you will, say goodbye to it. And, you know, off a clean slate here, I mean, definitely got a lot to work with this, you know, fresh stock now.
Yeah, no, this is going to be very interesting coming out from Peab, man. Like, this is, like, you're so far in advantage, and I feel like Loaf is just kind of, like, pressed into the corner, has WAF that we can potentially work with, but when Peabnut is playing so careful and throwing out the moves that space you so far out, how do you find an approach in without getting punished? And that's kind of what Peabnut is going through at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to be too close whatsoever, because, again, I mean, all of that could just be combo food. But back air, not going to close it out just yet. Although we saw a kill screen, a second one, still not going to do it. Bike, just missing,
send
just
it back.
Toss. Yeah.
Return to sender, if you will, still, though. Going to find the up throw into the up air. And now it's all Peab. Like, if we can find an up smash, it's going to be it. Honestly, another back air will certainly do it. Trying to read the jump with the saw blade thrown up, but still unable to find anything. The up smash, not going to be able to find it either. And now Peabnut just chucking away at this shield. So it will just be the second hit of back air that does do it. But Peabnut, man, locked, loaded, no expression on the face. Another day in the office for this guy.
He's just locked in. I mean, this is his 9 to 5 for him. Just, you know,
Mega Man back air.
Yeah, I mean, multi-hits, they're so unfair, but I mean, if you drop shield a little too soon, definitely that's why they're multi-hits, and just going to be taking it with that second hit there, as you said, Lyric.
Yeah. This one's going to be interesting. Small Battlefield is going to be the play, though. So like we talked about earlier, the difference between PS2 and Small Battlefield is just that we're a little bit more close condensed. And I think that's exactly what Loaf wants to do, right? Loaf is a fighter. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Loaf wants to just, like, go aerial for aerial, find these nairs, find these up airs, stack up all this damage, but Peabnut is kind of tucked away into Pokemon Stadium 2's, you know, paradise of being a long, wide stage and hiding underneath the platforms. And granted, we can do that now, but a little less here. So we'll see how exactly Loaf is going to get back into it. Otherwise, we're about to see another 3-0.
I mean, hopefully we did not jinx it, Lyric, but again,
I definitely did.
Most of our block has just been a 3-0, but Loaf on a pretty strong start off here, already matching the percentage here. Again, just Peabnut quickly responding whatsoever, but again, all these bears coming in, the down tilt even, trying to get a grab, but Peabnut actually getting a back throw right there.
Yeah, I think I love when players color swap, because for some reason, whenever they color swap, it's just like, yo, I'm going to play a little different, like, Ben. Like, this swap to green palette really is going to make the difference, and honestly, it has. Like, Loaf coming out of the gate really swinging at this point, and like we said, because it's Small Battlefield, we're able to do that a little bit more reliably here, but still, I mean, Peabnut, man, like, now finding his space underneath the platform, but Loaf actually not, like, approaching too unsafely until that moment right there. May have commentators curse that one.
Yeah. It happens to the best of us, though. I mean, Yeah, it's going to be a tough one here. But again, I mean, Loaf not too far behind. And Peep making it back with that air dodge just barely.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That like air trajectory just like didn't look right. But look at Peabnut. I feel like when Peabnut has like a little bit of rage, Peabnut's like, all right, I'm not gonna camp. I'm actually gonna just like go in and just like try and stack up as much damage as possible. These double fares have been so detrimental. Great air dodge through the up special. Not going to be able to take stock just yet. But look at the way that Loaf is still trying, and that's like what I really appreciate. Well, you know what? We might as well just throw ourselves off stage, find this aerial, because honestly, I mean, Peabnut definitely not gonna live a back air at the ledge. But the thing is, neither is Loaf very shortly. So there's the forward throw, and look at Peabnut trying to line up for a down air, not going to be able to find it.
And then up tilt, barely missing, landing on that platform will be Peabnut's demise as Loaf just lands a meaty back air there, I believe. And going to be taking Peep's first stock, so a little bit of momentum shift here, but again, Peep is just looking to close this out soon.
Yeah, so close here, but Peep, once again, finding this consistent damage with forward air as well, putting the crash bomb on the stage, but good on Loaf to try and get around, but that's the thing, right? You get around one thing, and Peabnut is ready for the other, and that is the kind of the scary part about the zoner archetype, especially when they play them aggressive, just like Peabnut does.
And especially because Peabnut, I mean, of his own, I mean, having so many option coverage, I mean, with the crash bomb at ledge, if anything, ledge drop back air, that's going to just do it, the trick there, especially leaf shield here on ledge too. So much stage pressure. I mean, how can you safely get back? I mean, all the tools right now that Loaf is throwing out just doesn't seem like it's being working in his favor right now and just being completely negated.
Yeah, absolutely. Still though. I mean, now Peabnut's taking it slow. And you can't, right? Because, I mean, Waff's going to be online, and you definitely don't want to let Loaf even the score a little bit too early here, but beautiful catch onto the back air here. And I love the way that Loaf constantly throwing out a wall here of aerials, trying to get lined up for the back air, unable to find anything. So the up special actually going to send Peabnut off once more. Down air, though, not going to be able to find anything, and will, though, find something a little cute and cheeky off the side.
Yeah, so sending Peep to his last stock here. Now gonna kind of have to lock in back for this last stock situation. And we do have that Waff for Loaf, so this could be light work for Loaf, or if Peep could slow it down just a little bit, because it does seem like Loaf is getting more on the aggressive side, trying to close out this last stock of a Peep to turn it over to a game 4.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm Peabnut, I recognize it. Yo, he's got rage, he's got Waft. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. Trying to read though. I mean, all we need is a up tilt and a couple up airs, and this could do it. And I think Peabnut knows that as well. So trying to go around as much as possible. There's the back air, and now it's all Peabnut. How do we find this stock? I love the very passive just get up from Loaf, and it will net us. Cal, the entire block so far will net us our first game 4.
We are free.
We are free. We will see a game 4.
Yeah.
Dude, the reversal, like being able to just drop the saw blade into the waft, feels so good. Loaf definitely needs a deep breath after that one.
Yeah, I mean,
both players are so locked in.
You're
so
definitely
scary.
Fighting like the best of the best Mega Man, if not the best Mega Man in NA. Peabnut, you know, here to do it and to make it to top 8. By the way, this is not top 8 yet. Like, we are right there, and this is going to decide who makes it to top 8.
This one's very interesting. I like the Battlefields pick, but I actually also like this for Loaf too, because I feel like when you give Loaf more ways to get out of an edge guard, like having another platform to go to, having the opportunity to go high, that's what I'm a little curious about. I want to see how Loaf is going to be able to kind of handle that. But so far, speaking of Loaf, Loaf is killing it this game so far.
Yeah, only taking 6% right now, and again, just kind of taking it slow a little bit, but again, just kind of learning when to do those hits and when to step away. And as we saw with these triplats, I mean, again, just learning how to back away is just very nice. And I love just staying on ledger, just adding that stage pressure, so not going for deep edge guards just yet. But again, Peabnut slowly making his way to Loaf, again, sneaking in with all of these projectiles like Leaf Shield, Metal Gear here out to play.
Still, though, I mean, I think Peabnut does such a good job of, he's what I like to call a tempo maker in this game, right? Taking just the tempo of the match and say, wait, whoa, let me hold the reins and like kind of push you back to a spot that's uncomfortable. And that's naturally what projectile heavy characters do, going for the down air, but I actually think back air would have caught, so good on Loaf to get out, but can we actually get the reversal here? Up special going to send Peabnut off, and now it's all Loaf trying to read the jump, right idea. We've seen this from both players so far, where they have the right idea, the execution's just off, and the opponent goes for something else. Still though, that's the thing with Peabnut. Peabnut now also has top platform to work with too, so we're seeing a lot of use of the stage here, Cal.
Yeah. I mean, definitely we're seeing a lot of momentum shift as well from the previous 3 games that we've seen. I mean, Loaf is definitely turning around, being able to match to Peabnut's tempo. As you said, I mean, again, it's kind of hard to say if Wario kind of has the tools for that, but definitely Mega Man able to do it. And again, we're just seeing this pressure from Peep here, but the Crash Bomber not going to do any work just yet. But getting that back air from center stage, not going to close it out either for our first stock.
So close too. These motions, these movements, these micro decisions from the ledge are like stock life threatening. Like just the standard get up from Loaf there was so different, and it did net him at least one more interaction, but Peep will be able to find the stock here. 169 though, so it's definitely looking a lot better than before. Even able to kind of get away the chip damage of the Crash Bomber, but unfortunately going to land on stage and go for these up specials a little bit early, so now Peabnut getting a couple of punishes here, but once again, because of the stage, Loaf able to kind of position himself around and get the punish, and now we're back to even, Cal.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that was a dead Mega Man for sure, especially with that meaty back air coming out from Loaf, and we especially have Waft pretty early on, I would say. I mean, we usually see Waft come out on the last stock situation, but I mean, having it this early, you know, maybe hopefully this could be the ante that Loaf needs here. Again, Peabnut trying to add some pressure right now, but again, Loaf is just, you know, trying to hang on to the second stock there.
You gotta, right? You gotta be patient in finding your opening, but you also have to not take chip damage while doing it. It is an insane catch-22 that is just not easy to do. And Peabnut recognizing how much Loaf wants to engage and find, you know, half waft, a waft, something to get him back into this, something that we can hold on to this rage a little bit more here. But once again, every single time Loaf coming back up to stage, it's something different, and I can appreciate that. The adjustment, and it's what you have to do in order to stay into this set. But I feel like now Loaf is the one that's just kind of standing there saying, wait, hold on, I'm going to wait for you to actually go first and see how I can punish. The pellets, though, going to keep him in spot, and now it's all Loaf. Finds the first up tilt, or up air. Oh my goodness, that was almost all the way out.
Yeah, and I love that option from Loaf. They're choosing to not do anything in the up air. I mean, I feel like I've seen all day here, I've seen players try to DI out of it, and they actually die because, you know, they're pressing buttons and stuff, but not choosing to do an option there was a very smart play. Still hanging on to the second stock, 170, and Peep might die from this max rage here unless he can close out the second stock on Loaf.
Yeah. Super interesting here. This second stock, I was about to say, has been very stubborn from both players. Yeah. But I mean, Wario living until what, 200 basically?
Yeah, it was like
not exactly the worst thing in the world, right? But as this set has been going on, Loaf has been finding these stocks earlier and earlier. But now, once again, Peabnut using all these platforms to play a little bit more passively, but gets clipped by the Crash Bomb, now giving Peabnut the opportunity to at least stack on some more damage. And now both players just waiting, honestly. Patience is virtue.
Yeah, and as we've seen, like, so many options from Peabnut, just being able to know his character through and through, just being able to safely recover and having so much option coverage there and safely landing. And here, we're just seeing a little bit of a neutral, although P is sitting at a deadly percent, 150 max rage. I mean, just kind of trying to feel each other out. Who's going to make the first move here?
Yeah, honestly, though, whoever makes the first move in interactions like that means, like, life or death at that point, right? Whoever kind of cracks first, and look at this, Peabnut finding the forward air, back air. But compared to some of the other interactions that we've seen where Loaf kind of loses it all off of one interaction, now, honestly, just taking 26% is essentially like a godsend at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we still got that waft, though, on deck here, so this could be scary for Peabnut. Again, kind of having to play a little more patience here, but again, just trying to look to close this sooner or later. Yeah, the movement there from Loaf, so impressive. No tech, though, going to be able to grab onto the side. Basically, even percentages last stock, so it could be going either way here. We could be seeing a game 5. And look at this combo from Loaf here, trying to read where Peabnut's going to go. Still going to have him, but going for the waft. Unfortunately, unable to find anything, but can we recover? Loaf going to be able to find the back air here, going for the bike off. You have to be very careful, though, because Mega Man has an insane reversal potential, Cal. Yeah, I mean, this is neck and neck, and this is not even game 5, and Peabnut missing the grab. The dash attack barely closing it out there on that last stock for game 4, and we're going to be seeing game 5, Lyrics.
Yo, last set, game 5, I love it. Honestly, if you just saw on the player cam, yes! Like, sometimes, listen, Smash is a stressful game, especially when you have to play against like one of the most disciplined players in tempo making, that you cannot make a mistake. Like, sometimes you just need to like let all that anxious energy out with like a yes, like all right, we're here, and now we get to reset, go into our game number 5. It is still once again on Peabnut's pick, so we'll see exactly where we're gonna go. I did miss it, and now this lovely transition is going to take us to Battlefield. So we got there, just took a little long.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but I mean hey, we're gonna be running a backseat if Peep can close it out this time, or if Loaf is just gonna have the reverse 3-0 situation here already with 41% on Peep here.
Yeah, honestly, Loaf playing extremely well. I love this player, watching especially, because Loaf is so creative, but you're going up against Peabnut himself. Once again, like we said, king of patience here. And like the Twitter says, it's Loaf time for sure. All eyes are on Loaf for me, but once again, Peabnut getting so set up, finding all this chip damage, but I think Loaf is doing a much better job of accepting that some things are going to hit, but doesn't get taken for the whole ride of like 97 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're just seeing this up air chain, especially almost off the top platform, but couldn't secure that first stock off of Peabnut just yet. And again, just kind of seeing a neutral gameplay here, trying to still feel each other out, although this is a game 5, so this is just going to be a deadly game 5 here.
So close too, right? I mean, like we were talking about, one move that is wrong could lead into stock loss for either player, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's super like it's super tense, right? But Loaf is going to be able to find the first back air. Peabnut going to miss the ledge just a little bit. Crash bomb not going to be enough. But look at the way that Loaf is just empty hopping at that point, right? It's not just going directly for the back air. Instead, we're just trying to line up for something greater. Now, if I'm Loaf here, I think what's going to win me game number 5 is my ability to just calm down and read exactly how Peabnut likes to get up from the ledge, especially on this stage.
Yeah, most definitely. And again, although that this is still first stock, this is going to be the deciding factor for our game 5. I mean, again, no one really wants to lose their first stock here. And Loaf barely hanging on with that DI, and the bike recovery gonna make it just barely, and Peabnut's gonna be throwing out these F smashes. 1, 2, third time is a charm there. 150%. Not sitting too pretty there.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked the let's take the saw and throw it back, right? Like, and see what we can do. But honestly, Loaf finding the stock himself and still able to get things going here. So let's see what we can do. Finds a couple hits of the Nair. And like I said, reading where Peabnut is going to go now, we're able to extend our combo a little bit. Now it's all about not letting Peabnut get a combo of his own, and that's the game of Smash. But so far, Loaf's adjustments have been fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, again, as we could potentially see the reverse 3-0, I mean, we literally saw Peabnut with a 2-game advantage here, and now we're just seeing a complete turnaround, a 180, if you will, and it's just completely now the best of the best into this game 5 situation, so it is going to definitely see who makes the biggest mistake here.
Gotta talk about Peabnut too. I think Peabnut is also making some really great adjustments. Super scary.
Yeah.
Bro flew. Like,
yeah. He ascended.
In the arms of an angel type combo beat here. But still though, Peab now finding all that consistent damage as stated before. Good roll on by Loaf, but here comes Peabnut. This is where he's comfortable, right here on this ledge. Good. I love the instant just like drop down. I do not want to like recover high. I'll just like recover from below. Good spot dodges though. And now Peab a little bit uncomfortable, so just going to retreat to the bottom of that platform. And now Loaf, I almost said Luffy. All right, for the up air, and will be able to find the waft. There we go, getting the crowd a little bit excited, Cal.
Yeah, I mean, we got that max rage and that waft coming out, especially on that platform. That's definitely going to be the advantage point that Loaf needs here. But the F smash coming out from Peabnut, completely resetting now for our last stock. Game 5, this is going to be who makes the top 8.
There's a lot on the line. Like,
yeah.
Got probably the whole venue watching at this point too. Has the solve lead, but Peabnut just going to go for some of the pellets here. Gotta get rid of it though, as much as it can help you. I like the fact that Loaf just gonna throw it away. Now Peabnut going to go into kind of maintenance mode here. How do we stack on as much damage as possible without getting in the way of Loaf? Loaf though finding the Nair, and now it's all on Peabnut. And Loaf still going to be able to get out. Now, my only thing is, Cal, we used that waft really early.
Yeah.
I really still wanted to see it because honestly, getting Peab in kind of a weird tech situation could have helped us here. And now Peab very comfortable knowing that there's no threat of waft right now.
I mean, we could potentially get to half waft if there's enough time for it. But again, that's just the kind of game where you're going to take here. But again, Peab just kind of on the prowl, as you said, given that there is no threat on deck. just gonna try to keep that space and trying to get all these projectiles out as much as possible, trying to keep stage control here.
Yeah, this is the big thing, right? Like, Loaf, as we've said, cannot fret about taking all of this chip damage, because that's what Mega Man does. It's in these pivotal moments that we make these decisions and take these combos all the way. Peabnut off stage, Loaf trying to line up for a drop zone back air, trying to get something, but Peabnut going to retreat once again to this top platform. That's exactly why we're here on Battlefield. So now Loaf going to be able to find the back air. Granted, it's not going to be enough, but how aggressive do you play this edge guard, Loaf? Still, though, both players going to be able to make it back to stage, and the jump read not going to be it just yet. And now it's all Peabnut. How do you find a way to get Loaf out of this momentum here? Stuck on the platform just a little bit, and now Peabnut so very carefully just throwing out these forward airs here. Loaf trying to find the dash attack, the up smash, not going to be able to do it just yet. Peabnut once more, second least on life. Cal, it could go either way.
I mean, this is literally life or death here for either or player. One hit will do it. The parry F smash barely coming out, and again, off-stage situation. What do you do? How do you respond here, Peep? No! Making it with the back air is going to take